Let's imagine two different pianists. One is a 7-year-old. She's been playing the same Chopin etude for years and years, and she can play it flawlessly, like any virtuoso pianist. The second is a 50-year-old amateur pianist. He's been practicing the piano, maybe with a teacher. He's been exposing himself to many different styles of music, and he loves playing. Neither one will be a good sight reader. And here's why. Most people think of sight reading skill as a reading skill. Especially in the beginning, you have to look at what's on the page, these dots and stems. You have to decode the information on the page. But sight reading is not just a reading skill. Fingers actually have to move to make the sound. So a conductor can read a lot of different music, but if he does not have the pianistic skills to actually make the sound at the piano, he won't be able to sight read piano music, as an extreme example. So that's the first thing. Sight reading is a bit of a misnomer. It's not just about reading, it's also about executing what you're reading. The first part, the reading part, you practice a lot. A lot of pianists learn about, reading notes in patterns, reading harmonies instead of individual notes, and you study theory. You practice sight reading by, exposing yourself to many different kinds of music. But then the second part, the retrieval part, where you're actually making the sound with your fingers, that's what they're missing. Unless you have deeply learned the music, you have internalized the patterns that you're seeing on the page, you will not be able to retrieve that information under pressure when you're actually sight reading. As an example, let's say scales and arpeggios. You've practiced them and you can play them in tempo. Next time you are working on a Mozart sonata, sight reading through a Mozart sonata, that portion where you have scales and arpeggios will be no problem for you because your fingers know exactly what to do when they're faced with a scale. No matter what key the scale is in, your fingers will be able to execute them because in your deep long-term memory, you've embedded the physical skill to play them without you thinking about every single note. You see as a pattern, oh, that's an ascending scale, and this is what I do. That's all embedded in your deep memory. So it's really easy for you to retrieve that memory and then make the sound. So what do I propose for those of you who want to improve your sight reading skills? Well, one, keep doing what you're doing. Expose to different kinds of music, keep studying theory so that you can recognize patterns in harmony and chords instead of individual notes. That's the part that applies to the reading skill. Number two, deeply learning part. One way to learn something deeply is by memorizing it. All the music that you're learning. That not only, it's memorization is not just about, your mental power. It has to do with procedural memory. Your brain has to absorb how to execute a skill, just like I pointed out the scales and arpeggio. When you're repeating a skill again and again, you're committing that to long-term memory, and next time you're faced with something similar, your brain will know exactly what to do with a pattern that you recognize mentally. Sight reading is data recognition, but it's not just about visual, it's not just about decoding the information on the page, but retrieving what your body has learned deeply, it has deeply internalized, and retrieving that procedural memory when you are reading in real time. So if you want to become a better sight reader, keep doing the exercises, drill on the patterns, and keep studying the theory, but also increase the number of pieces that you learn deeply. And one way to do that is by memorizing it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.